Welcome back to another This Week in Warframe. This is going to be for the week of April 5th through the 12th. This week, we have so much to cover. I'm going to try to briefly go over it really quick right now. We have the new Easter items, the new clan event, the new Prime Warframe, the new Nightwave that's happening. There's a new redeem code, and a whole lot more. So if you guys are interested in free drops, which happen every single week, you guys can check the schedule at the top of my Twitch chat. Link is going to be in the description. Without further ado, let's get into absolutely everything that we have to talk about this week. First and foremost, starting off with Bird. His shiny treasures this week, he has the best of all, an Azure Archon Shard. Deep Archimedia is an Exterminate, Alchemy, and Mirror defense. Temporal Archimedia is a Legicide Harvest, Defense, and Exterminate. The current Coda weapons for the next 4 days are the Cannibalist 45.9% Impact, the Hemo 40.5% Toxin, the Mire 48% Toxin, the Motivore 39.3% Cold, the Pox 25.5% Cold, the Sporothrix 32.2% Impact, and the Torxica 35.3% Electricity. Current 1999 calendar, we are looking at an Arcane versus an Exilus Weapon Adapter Blueprint. Then we will have double Arcanes versus a 3-day mod drop chance booster. Then we will have a 3-day mod drop chance booster versus a Crimson Archon Shard. Then we'll have a Forma Blueprint versus an Exilus Warframe Adapter. And lastly, we are going to have an Exilus Warframe Adapter versus a Riven, and finally a Forma versus a Vosper Cache. The current Prime Resurgence is Nova and Trinity, and their weapons that they came with. They're going to be here for another 10 days and 17 hours, and then we're going to be seeing Gauss and Grendel and the weapons that they came with. You guys come up here to Featured, and we go to Seasonal, you'll see that the Easter stuff is here, and this is only going to be here until April 15th, so you have about approximately another 2 weeks, a little less to get this. 5,000 credits for the ears, which are not the ears you normally see me running around with. You'll probably see those in a second, but these are different. Then we have a color palette. You will keep this forever, so you buy this for 1 credit and you'll have it forever. The Spring Step Ephemera, 5,000 credits. Steel Path Descendia this week. We're going to have rewards for a Shotgun Riven mod, Arcane Expertise. Then we're going to have Amp Arcane Adapter, then Arcane Persistence. Then we'll have 25 Steel Essence, 3 times Arcane Persistence, and lastly an Omni Forma Blueprint. If we check out what's happening for the normal Descendia here, our final reward is going to be a primary Arcane Adapter. If we check out the event that is currently going on right now, we have 4 days and 14 hours left for the Gift of the Lotus here. This is for a Lisette deck skin. This is for the 13-year anniversary, by the way. And then we have a Dex Dakra right here. This should come with a weapon slot. We also have this Operation Atramentum, I hope I said that right, but basically as your clan does this and progresses, you start unlocking different ephemeras here that you can get for this. There's definitely a bunch of new items and a bunch of old items that you should check out just in case you haven't gotten them yet. A lot of cool stuff here. Back up to the Gifts of the Lotus stuff, or the 13-year anniversary related things. So we have this double credit weekend, which is ending tomorrow, April 6th, and then we're not going to have another booster. We'll have a double affinity weekend, April 17th through the 20th. We still have about 2 weeks before that happens. I will remind you in next week's video, and I'll have an extra code for you. Fingers crossed it still works, because then you could stack your credits on top of the credit booster weekend. The credits you'll get from the code, credits on top of that weekend, and hopefully that the code hasn't expired yet. But I do have a code that is set to expire, which is going to happen on April 15th. So, really quick, let's just go back and I'll get you guys that code. It is going to be redeem code here. You're going to type in Voruna. Simple, right? So that is the new Prime Warframe that is coming out, which, by the way, Voruna is coming out April 8th. Just type in Voruna and you're going to get this. I believe it's 4 statues and something else. I don't remember. Let's see if I get it. There it is. Oh, I actually thought I redeemed this a while ago, but there it is. A Voruna in Action Glyph and the Honored Pack Collection, which I believe is like 4 statues or something. Anyway, that's the code. So if we check out the alerts currently happening right now, reminder to do the weekly Ayatan Charger Hunt with Maru. If we check out Steel Path Invasions, we have a Defense Disruption, Exterminate, Survival, and Void Cascade. For the invasions this week, nothing actually to worry about there. We have Sortie, Mobile Defense, Survival, and Assassination. And this week's Archon Hunt is against Boreal for a blue Archon Shard. We'll have to do a Mobile Defense, an Interception, and a Showdown. Nora, this is the last week for you to get all your things from Nora. So, we're going to check out, we're just going to skip right to the credits here. I'm gonna go to default and see what she has this week. Remember, as I say all the time, as we're ending the Nightwave seasons, that you're gonna want to spend these credits because they do not carry over to the new Nightwave season. So if you don't do anything with them, they're just gonna go to waste. So might as well buy stuff. With these extra credits, I would recommend buying extra mods that you can just sell in trade chat for some easy platinum. So this week, we have Holster Amp, Shield Disruption, Rifle Amp, Critical Mutations, Sniper Scavenger, Dreamer Bond, Shotgun Scavenger, Enemy Radar, Efficient Beam, Sprint Boost, Metamorphic Magazine, Precision Strike, Rejuvenation, Pistol Scavenger, and Corrosive Projection, and Exposing Harpoon. There's actually a lot of good choices for you guys to grab here. So Corrosive Projection, Rejuvenation, Sprint Boost, Enemy Radar, and Rifle Amp. These definitely going to sell in trade chat. I would say probably more likely than anything, it'd be easier to sell these for. Corrosive Projection, Rejuvenation, Enemy Radar, and Sprint Boost. So again, if you have extra credits, stock up on those, because otherwise it's all just going to waste anyway. And then we have Brainstorm, Rumbled, and Double Tap. Steel Pass Circuit this week, we are looking at Incarnon adapters for the Akinbrunt, Soma, Vasto, Nami Solo, and the Burstin. And if you guys already have those, you can scroll over to get a rifle, pistol, a melee riven, or 20,000 Kuva. And if we see what's going on for the normal circuit this week, we have choices between Garuda, Baruch, and Hildrin. So here it is. The code just kicked in. So this is what you're getting when you type the Voruna code. Also, there is another code that it's also pinned to the top of my Twitch chat. I told you a couple weeks ago. It's also the code I'm going to tell you guys in another week from now. It is Android-QVA... No, I'm sorry. Android-QV4RX. That's supposed to get you a slot, an emote, and a 3-day affinity booster. The reason why I'm saving that till next week, because I'm hoping that the code is still going to work, and if you do it when the double credits weekend happened, you're going to have 4 times, not double credits, double affinity weekend happens, you're going to have 4 times the affinity, which means leveling up all that annoying stuff, like your arc wings and arc guns and blah, 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 is going to be so much faster. You're just going to be happy you waited. If that code still works, I don't see why it wouldn't. The Voruna is the only code that I know has an expiration date of April 15th, so it's like another couple of weeks. I did forget to mention that this coming Friday, we're going to have week 5 of the 13-year anniversary stuff happening, and that is going to be giving us the Dex Rasaka armor, the Dex Ephemera, and a primary arcane adapter. There should be alerts for those things. And that is starting this Friday, April 10th. Checking out what Akrithis has this week, we are looking at an Arcane Power Ramp, a Pistol Riven mod, a Forma Blueprint, Exilus Weapon Adapter, 5,000 Kuva, and a Rifle Riven mod. And if I didn't mention the date already, Voruna Prime and the new Nightwave season is happening this week, April 8th. It is happening on April 8th. So, checking out Teshin, Steel Path Honors. This week, he has himself a Veil-Driven Cipher for 20 Steel Essence and 50,000 Kuva. And checking out this knucklehead and what he's got this week, he has a Tenant Ferox, 29.1% cold, Tenant Grigori, 25.8% radiation, Tenant Livia, 47.4% cold, Tenant Exec, 25.6% heat, and a Tenant Agendus, 54.4% electricity. How much platinum have you made since you've become a Patreon?
Over 100K.
45K.
60, 70,000.
20,000.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a week?
12K.
Probably about 5,000.
5,400.
Probably 8K.
What's the most amount of platinum you've made in a day?
5,400.
Day was probably 4K.
Probably about 3,000.
2K.
What's your favorite method of making platinum that you've learned from me?
Mostly just flipping ribbons and selling warframes.
Probably arbitrations.
Selling sets of warframes.
I enjoy Zeramon the most.
Imagine how much time and money they've saved. You know where the links are. Reminder to stop by the Chrysalith on the Zeramon and visit Archimede and Yanta for your 35,000 Kuva. Then you could travel to Iron Wake on Earth and visit Palladino for your 2 Rivens, your 35,000 Kuva, and your 150,000 credits. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stop by my Twitch channel where you can get free drops when they are community-wide, also free rewards I do all the time anyway. And make sure you check out your Invigorations this week and see what you got. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one.